You're skipping dessert, spiking from oatmeal, and still wondering why your blood sugar's high. Let's talk. Because if you think you're doing low carb right and your A1C still won't budge, it's not your fault, it's bad advice. I'm Dr. Yaz, quadruple board certified endocrinologist, obesity specialist, and health coach. And I didn't get into this because it sounded interesting. I got into it because I lived it. When I was pregnant, I developed gestational diabetes, and I followed every rule, every guideline, and my sugar was still a mess. And that's when I realized most of what we were taught about carbs, insulin, and weight loss is completely backwards. So I spent the next decade fixing it for myself and for my patients. And that's what this episode is about. I'm going to show you exactly why your blood sugar and your weight are stuck even when you're doing everything right. Carbs are foods that turn into sugar in your blood. That includes bread, fruit, juice, oatmeal. And here's the thing, healthy doesn't always mean low carb. Whole wheat bread has a glycemic index around 69. Instant oatmeal up to 79. Table sugar, 65. So your blood sugar doesn't know the label. It just knows the spike. And that's the first mistake most people make, thinking what looks healthy equals safe. Here's the deal. Every time you eat carbs, your blood sugar rises and your body releases insulin. Insulin's job is to clear that sugar. But when insulin's up, fat burning slows down, and even moderate insulin levels can block fat breakdown for 4 to 6 hours. So if you're eating carbs all day, your body never gets to burn fat. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just constantly stuck in storage mode. The glycemic index tells you how fast a food spikes your blood sugar. The glycemic load tells you how much sugar enters your blood based on the portion you eat. So a low glycemic index food in a big portion can still spike you hard. And that's why that healthy smoothie with fruit and yogurt still hits your sugar like candy. Studies show low glycemic index and low glycemic load meals can lower the A1C by 0.2 to 0.4% and drop post-meal spikes up to 40%. That's not marketing, that's just data. So you eat 3 meals a day and maybe a few snacks, which means if you spend more than half your waking hours in a post-meal state, that's where the problem really is. So post-meal state meaning after you eat. Studies show post-meal sugar spikes account for 70% of your A1C once fasting sugar is under control. So that means your morning number might look good, but your lunch and dinner could be undoing all that progress. And that's why I focus on what happens after you eat, not as much as before. So let's be clear. This isn't about being bad. You're not failing, you're just following the wrong advice. You're told to swap sugar for healthy carbs, wraps, granola, smoothies, whole wheat everything, and it's still spiking you. I've had patients ditch sugar completely and still see their numbers climb. Now here's the truth. It's not about cutting all carbs. It's about finding ones that your body can actually handle right now when you're insulin resistant. If it's a couple hours after your meal and your sugar is still 40 to 100 points above where you were before the meal, your body's literally telling you that was too much for me right now. It doesn't mean you failed. It means your insulin sensitivity, your timing, or your portion was off. That feedback is gold. It tells you how to adjust. Start by tracking what you eat for 3 days. Don't judge it, just observe it. Then check your blood sugar 1 to 2 hours after eating. And if you're seeing consistently it's jumping over 40 points above from where it started before, and that could be changing the carb, changing how much you have, changing how you pair it, how you move after. Ignoring those spikes isn't an option because that's what keeps your A1C up, your weight stuck, and all the complications of diabetes on the table. In one 6-month study, people eating fewer than 40 grams of carbs per day dropped their A1C 0.23% and lost nearly 13 pounds. And a larger analysis showed the average drop of 0.36% in A1C and more than 10 points off fasting glucose. But here's what matters. It's not about perfection or zero carbs. It's about being strategic and consistent. That's what changes the numbers long term. You can't fix what you don't track, and you can't burn if insulin's running the show. So start small, test, learn, and build from there. I made a full free cheat sheet to help you do this step by step, and it comes with a link to this full breakdown. I'll have the link in the description. I'm Dr. Yaz, the no-fluff science-backed doc, helping you lose weight, lower blood sugar, and live longer without starving or guessing. Stay strong, my friends.